Okay, let's cover some pushing basics. I've got 5 things I want you to think about. The first thing is when we push in skating is that we're trying to use our whole blades. All right, so I'm not using the toe pick, I'm not just using the rocker, I'm using the whole inside edge usually, or outside, but usually skating forward, it's inside edge. Pushing the whole blade, okay? So we can lose a bit of power if we only use the front of the blade or like the toe push. Yeah, so it's trying to make sure when you're skating forward, you're also opening your hip, turning out, so your whole blade is engaged in the push fully. So this sort of angle isn't always enough. Sometimes you need to open to get a full T-shaped position with your feet so you can use that whole blade. Okay, so that's the first point. Use your whole blade. The second point is keeping your weight on your pushing foot. Okay, so quite often we see people trying to skate fast and they're so eager to dive to the next step that they leave the weight off their pushing foot and they get pushes that just don't connect with the ice, don't transfer power down, all the weight's forward, and you get no power behind it. So watching this example, I keep the weight on my pushing foot before I take the push. Keep the weight on your pushing foot, on your pushing foot, on your pushing foot. Okay, it must always stay on your pushing foot. So that's number 2. Okay, number 3 is charge your pushes. Charge your pushes. What does that mean? So we just talked about keeping your weight over your pushing foot. That's all well and good, but if you're not charging your push, you're not building up the energy in your muscles ready to take a strong push. Okay, so charging basically means that you're bending, you're engaging your muscles here, ready to take a good push. So it's one thing having your weight in the right place as you skate. It's another thing building up that muscle tension ready to be released. Press, fully charged, push. Press, fully charged, push. Fully charged, push. You can see the push connect with the ice and go down through the ice and into the power of your push. So you can really strike and progress along the ice. Which leads me to number 4, progress on. What does this mean? Because a lot of times people will push in skating, but their weight stays with them and it doesn't progress on. So you see them, they're trying to push, their weight stays with them, which is, it's kind of fine as you're maintaining speed, but if you're trying to accelerate and get faster on the ice, you really want a vision that your weight is in front of you, whichever direction you're skating, your weight's ahead of you, and you're stepping your body weight into that new space. Okay, so the difference between skating where I am and progressing is if I think about each step moving me on, just taking a little bit further than I normally would. Okay, and you can see the speed I was getting there just by having my weight in front of me. If I give you a quick example of that backwards, when the back crosses, I'm staying with my feet, charging my pushes, bending my knees, but until I move my weight into the direction I'm heading, now I'm progressing. So my body weight's ahead of me, I'm stepping into it, progressing, 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 progressing. All right, so that's number 4. And number 5 is knee rise. Okay, so this is a hidden push. After your brute force push from the back, you can then rise up in your knee to continue that speed on. So we're taking power, we've used it in the initial push, we're going to get onto an edge, and then bring that power into the edge to get a second hidden push. So what we're going to do, if I push a good strong push onto an edge, when I rise up on this knee, I get a second push, a second acceleration. And you may or may not see this on the video. I can feel it under my foot. If I'm on a good edge and I rise up, I get that second acceleration. Down and up. Down and up. Okay, so that is a secondary hidden push for every step you take in your program or in your practice as you're building up. If you're wanting speed, you can find that knee rise in almost every step in skating, even in difficult turns and 3 turns, which we're about to get into. It's a quick one for you figure skaters out there with posture in mind and making it look pretty and nice. When you skate forward, we should think about pushing through your hips. Pushing through your hips. When we skate backwards, I tell my skaters to push through their shoulders. So I push back through my shoulder, and that stops me from pushing through my hips and getting this kind of position when skating, what we call bummy, sticking your bottom out like that. And likewise, skating forward, if I went through my shoulders, I'm going to end up here as well. So remember that it's hips forwards and it's shoulders backwards to help you keep your posture. And I hope it's helped you skate faster. Leave me a comment below if there's anything in particular you struggle with getting speed, accelerating, maintaining, or maybe it's in some kind of turn or edge. Let me know down below. I'll see if we can help you out. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Share the video with someone you think it could help. And you have a lovely day. Thank you.